Aries. We are back with your April reading. Thank you guys for being so patient with me last month. I promised you guys I would try to get you out sooner this month, and I did. Look at me go. Shout out to your season. Your season has been wild. Your season has trapped all of us in the house. So thank you. We are going to be doing a 5-card spread. One message from Spirit and then a card for every element. We're going to start at the bottom of the deck for you guys. You got reverse 4 of swords. Let me see that. Okay, I'll take it upright. So you got 4 of swords. We'll read it both ways. So some of you, for a select few of you, it's time for y'all to rest. It's time for y'all to meditate. You guys have been, if you think about the sword suit, you guys have been through the Ace of Swords, harsh truths, regular truths, whatever kind of truths, right? The 2 of Swords, making a decision based off of what you learned from that truth. And then the 3 of Swords, which could be the heartbreak that comes with having to make such a tough decision or having a decision made for you. The 4 is recovery after that heartbreak. So some of you really need to recover after a heartbreak, after a loss, after a shift, a change. Some of you just need to sleep. Some of you, Aries, have been fire and you need to relax. For others of you, this is a good time for you to get more in tune spiritually. This is a good time for you to receive messages through meditation. This is a good time for you to kind of tap into where you're at spiritually after all of the work that you've done. Tap in, make sure that you're still in a solid mental state. And if you look at the card too, I always love seeing animals or other allies in the card. This is basically saying tap in with your allies. You see she's got her wolf with her. It's a whole ass wolf, right? Yeah. And it's basically saying being able to tame your inner beast with peace, with meditation, with quiet, with silence. So this is basically saying, again, reach out to your allies, people who are those friends that you can chill with, you can relax with, not your turn up friends, Aries. But yeah, this is a good time for you guys to kind of chill out, take it easy. First card out from Spirit, the 4 of Cups. I like this card. She looks like she is really figuring it out. I don't know if y'all can see her face well, but she really looks like she is getting to the bottom of something. This is basically telling me you really have been through a lot. 4 of Cups is kind of like, I just don't want this. I can't choose any of this because you've dealt with so much bullshit. We talked about that. You guys can't even really see the golden cup that sits kind of next to her. You guys, just because you've been served a bunch of shitty cups doesn't mean that there aren't cups that can come through and remedy that. If you've been served poison time and time again, stop receiving cups from that poisonous hand and acknowledge the cup that's being handed to you by the universe. Creator is saying, listen, I'm personally handing you this cup, so by all means, you can be pissed at those other 3 cups, rightfully so. The cup that I hand you, though, be mindful before you spit it out, okay? This could be the elixir that it takes to heal whatever it is that you've been going through. The next card out in the element of Earth, you've got the Queen of Swords. Y'all not playing. Y'all ready to cut it up, just chew it out, whatever the saying is, but chew it up, spit it out. That's what y'all are about to do. Whatever's going on in the physical, which seems to be like a lot. If you see in this card, she's got a web, she's got keys, she got paint on her eyes, she got them fly braids. It's lit. This is basically saying something in the earth element you are not playing with. You're really ready to make this decision and you're ready to cut it off. You're ready to X out the things that are no longer working for you. This is also the sign of, they're air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So there could be a Gemini partner that you're dealing with. There could be an air sign in the mix that you're dealing with that you're like, yo, this is not something I want to continue to deal with. This isn't a person I want to continue to be in a relationship with, do business with, whatever. This could be, this could be you understanding how to cut things off so that other things can come in. We weave this web that she has here, we weave that with the choices and the decisions we make and the people who are intertwined, and fate and karma. All of those things thread our web together. So for you, I think you're really in a position of trying to figure out, again, you understand that you've been served some really shitty cups, and you're trying to figure out which hand you're cutting off. You're sick of it. And I don't blame you, Aries. This is also in the physical, so this is saying these are things that are tangible. These are things you can feel. These are things you can see and touch. This is your money. This is, anything that you're growing down here in this 3D realm. So whatever it is that you have been sensing that you need to cut off, whatever it is, excuse me, if it's patterns, if it's behaviors that you have that you need to cut off, or if there are people who display things to you that you're like, I can't rock with that, you really are in the physical with that sword at any given moment, ready to cut off any and everything. Excuse me. Again, remember that Spirit has been offering you a cup. Maybe drink that cup first and then see how you feel about cutting things off. That cup is specific from Creator. That cup was meant for you. So again, maybe these ill feelings and this feeling of really needing to shed and to basically, again, and this could also be cord cutting, whatever it is that you need to do. There could be cords and attachments that need to be cut also. Whatever it is that you need to do, again, drink that cup first before you do those things. If for no other reason, it's because you need the clarity in order to cut with precision. You don't want to make an ugly scar of something if you can do it with surgical accuracy, okay? There's two. The next card out in your space of water. Oh, guys, you've got the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups. So as we know, 5 is basically the number of change. 5 is basically, they call it the number of distillation. It's the number that changes one element into something else. So this is basically saying, not with both of these 5s coming up, there's just so much change going on very rapidly. You went from the 4 of Cups to the 5 of Cups, which lets me know you guys have really got not only decisions to make based off of some shitty things that have happened, but it's hard for you. It's kind of depressing. These cards, 4 and 5 of Cups, are representative of really deep emotional turmoil. These are not light-hearted cards. These are cards that come up when you're going through breakups, when you're going through extreme, this could be loss. Like, this could be death of a family member or something like that, death of a partner, death of a relationship, death of, even if it's just a death of a vision. This is something that makes you mourn. If you look here, those 3 cups that we had, that she's kind of being pissed about, she's kind of trying to figure out, those are the cups that have spilled. And those cups behind her, that cup that Creator has behind her that she's still not looking at, and also another cup back there, this is basically telling me that even though you have that 4th cup, you still are not really willing to drink yet. You're still not really trusting of what is in those cups. You've been fooled 3 times too many, and you are just not here for it. So emotionally, it's taking its toll on you. 1 cup you can see here is blood. Down there at the bottom, it looks like the other is milk. They say don't cry over spilled milk. It's hard not to cry over spilled blood. Please just remember that there are 2 cups behind you that you can't see. There are solutions that might not be clear to you yet. There are other options to be considered that you might not have considered yet, especially in this emotional state, especially because of this 5 of Wands. There could be active conflict right now. There could be still a lot of emotional turmoil based on the things that are still happening right now in the physical, and it's affecting you emotionally. And that could be why you're so ready to cut things off, is because you're like, there's way too much conflict, there's way too much to consider. I'm already embittered to the situation, I'm already pissed, I'm already depressed, I'm already sad about whatever it is, and I'm ready to let it go as it stands. So with that said, again, I know that that's how you feel. But if you look here at the card, they're fighting at night. The moon is out. So this is basically saying there are things that you cannot see because there's a lack of illumination into the situation. So give yourself time to process emotionally instead of acting on those emotions. Figure it out, sort it out first, and then make your move, okay? In the place of air, King of Wands. Y'all are not playing. You've got a king on the board, you've got a queen, and this is actually a pretty good pair. These two, shit, they'll burn it down, okay? They will run the kingdom how they want. They will run the kingdom their way or no way. These two as a power couple are not to be fucked with, which makes me feel like, again, whatever it is that you've been thinking about, you're ready to make it happen in the physical. You are ready to bring that fire, bring whatever those ideas are down, whatever kind of authority that you have been kind of feeling, whatever power it is that you've been feeling, you are ready to bring it into the earth to help you swing. Sorry, you see, she swung right out of my hand. You're really ready to make whatever it is happen. We know that this king of wands, is clear about how to use his fire. He's clear when to burn a bridge, and he is clear when to, stoke the fire just enough to create warmth, right? So this is another warning saying, I know that you are thinking in a very Aries-like fashion, but also remember that your fire can be used for more than burning bridges. Your fire can be used to fuel. Your fire can be used to illuminate in the darkness. Your fire can be used in other ways than to just burn some shit away and to scorch earth, okay? Last card out. You've got the Six of Swords. You're sick of it. You're so sick of it. You are ready to go. I don't blame you. I want to go too. I don't know where we're going, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get in the boat and get out of quarantine, okay? But no, you guys are, if you look here at this Six of Swords up close, you see she's really contemplating over that sword. She's pregnant with either a physical child, she's pregnant with a vision of something new, she's pregnant with opportunity, fertile with ideas and with manifestations, but isn't in the right spiritual space or physical space to bring those things into reality. So this is basically saying it's either time for you to get in the boat and go to a new space so that you can actively do the things you need to do without, this isn't a cutting off and fuck you, I'm out. This is a calculated decision of I'm packing, I'm bringing only what I need, and that's that, and I'm out. This is like a move instead of a burned bridge, right? So this is basically saying if you are going to let things go, if you're going to transition out, if you're going to start a new journey, do it in a space that allows you to feel like it's spiritually in alignment for you, not like it was rushed or like you just made this decision because you were so pissed or because you were so devastated or because you were so angry or because you were so consumed with emotion about a thing that you didn't really have spiritual clarity. Your emotions will be what support the boat. All of that water that you feel will be what gets that boat across to another land. It is going to be riding on your emotions. So it's better to sail a smooth sea. If you're going to leave, you might not want to leave with your emotions so scattered and so heavily affected. This is a card that is not light. This is not a card that is a card to make a move off of. This is a card to acknowledge, embrace, hold space for, process, and then make a decision. If you look here, you've got to go through these fives. to get to this 6. Okay? It's not going to be easy. There will be conflict. There will be emotional internal conflict, and there will be conflict externally. How you handle that conflict will be ultimately your testament to mastery or not. Have you learned to use your emotions to inform you, or have you let your emotions control you? There's a difference between our emotions being our power center and our emotions being in a sense of information for us to use to make decisions. You have a lot to consider, Aries. You have a lot that, you have a lot that it's hard because it is so deep. It's a lot. It's life changing. These aren't decisions you're making that are lighthearted and just, yeah, well, if I do it, I can just get up and try again. I mean, of course you can get up and try again, but these are things that are literally going to change the composition of who you are. So again, don't make these decisions out of an emotional haste. Do this with a calculated sword. Contemplate. Give yourself that opportunity. You might regret it if you don't. Don't let bitter cups turn you and poison you into that same bitterness. There is, again, in the background of both of those pictures, there is an anti-venom. It's up to you to turn around and grab the cup. Okay? Aries, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Let me know down in the comments below if you like the spread, if you like the deck, if you want to go deeper, if 15-20 minutes is good for you, or if you're like, no, I need you to go in depth. Again, let me know if it resonates. Just, I ask that you keep it respectful. I do have a fire Mercury, and I am not afraid to use it. So especially during Aries season, I want to play too. Just kidding, Aries. But yeah, for real, let me know how you feel, think, and I will catch y'all next time, okay? Keep it groovy, Aries.